Cloud Surfer. Hope you had a good stream. And now let's begin game number 1. On Frisian Marshes, Malians versus French. So let's go over this here. So we have NyanRacingCat as the Malians over here. And then we have Faye-Chan over here as the French player. So, for those who are unfamiliar with this map, this is actually an old map that hasn't been used for a long time until I actually put it into my last tournament map pool for the Conquerors Cup. This map is Frisian Marshes, and as you can see, there are ponds with fish all over the map. And there's a lot of, there's deer. There's actually quite a bit of sheep as well. So this map really is good for, map control. You get rewarded for your map control because you can take the pawns out here. There's gold. Now, I did have the trade posts removed, so there is no trade posts on this map. So no trade on this map specifically. And so yeah, so this map is a very fun map. I've always liked it since its inception. This actually was the very first custom map that was made for a tournament that was used after modding came out. And this was like a fan favorite from the beginning. And we won't talk about the maps that came after that because a lot of them were not so great in my opinion. But this was a very good first custom map for a tournament that we loved. So French versus Malians is an interesting matchup in... I don't think this is actually a bad matchup for French. At least not as bad as it used to be. It used to be like super, super terrible. I still think it's a good matchup for Malians, and I probably favor Malians still. But French, I think in general, can do okay. They have Knight, Archer they can do. And then on this side, Archer, Sofas. I'm not really sure how Malians plays this matchup too much. I haven't seen enough Malian versus French to really know. I'm assuming that Nyan is going to go for cows and then probably do a heavy Castle Age push. I would be a little surprised if he decided to do like a feudal all-in. As for Faye, I'm not sure what she's going to do. I'm going to guess she's going to go 2 Town Center. That's a pretty standard play with French. So my assumption is 2 TC, probably going to put the second Town Center somewhere over here, like right here, would be a really nice spot. It gives you deer and it gives you 8 shoreline fish, which for those who don't know, that get 8 shoreline fish is the fastest land gathering food that you can do. And so we actually see Nyan going for the Saharan Trade Network. Now this is actually a little surprising to me because this landmark has kind of faded out of the meta. Usually you would go the Mansa Query, which gives you, I think it's 75 gold per minute or 75 stone, depending which you pick. So this is a little bit of a surprise, but this will help against raids. So night raids aren't going to be as useful. Oh, it's 80 stone per minute or 80 gold per minute, depending on what you choose. So this is pretty much, think of this like the Kremlin or an outpost with extra health and extra slots. From Faye's side, we're seeing a very typical play, the School of Cavalry. I mean, you're not going to see the trading landmark because there's no trade on the map, so no point in doing that. This does also protect both the second trade or the second gold mine here, at least to a degree. I'm pretty sure you can probably hit the houses on this side with units, but it does protect this side. So in general, I don't think this is a bad choice. It's a little surprising because this landmark has kind of faded out of the meta. I haven't seen anyone make this landmark in a long time, even against English and French. And we do see this landmark's almost done. Faye so far hasn't really put any villagers on stone. There are 2 on wood right now, which is very standard because you need to make houses. But nothing on stone doesn't mean no second town center, but we'll find out here in a moment. And we do see here that Faye got a lot of sheep, whereas Nyan got 12 sheep, which is still really good. 12 sheep's really good, but we can see a lot more than 12 here. I think Faye got at least 20. So, but that's okay. In general, for Malians, they can just make cows if they need to. So this really isn't a big deal. 12 sheep is more than enough for a civ like Malians. If this was HRE, it may be a little bit of a different story. All right, we have the first knight out on the field. This knight shouldn't be able to do too much. Again, the Sahara network will defend the gold, even though there is no gold being gathered yet. This wood line, though, is a little vulnerable. So, you know, if the knight snuck around here, could maybe get a villager or two. Or maybe one villager, unless Nyan doesn't react at all. And we do see warrior scouts are out on the field. So we got immediately warrior scouts plus more scouts in general. Are we going to see professional scouts? I'm not sure we're going to see professional scouts, but we are seeing warrior scouts out on the field. Second knight on the way, or second knight out with a third one on the way. Warrior scout chasing down Faye's scout over here. We are seeing a barracks come out as well, so it looks like we're going to see Donzos. Which, again, is no surprise. Again, it is against French. You need some sort of spearman to deal with that. And we do see this warrior scout, you know, chasing down this French one. Not really, you know, trying to get it. I think this scout might make it back to the town center. Ooh, it's going to be close. Yeah, it should make it. Knight there. We do see knights coming in over here. We already see the cow boom has started. 2 cows already in there. Gold about to be gathered. And now here's the little knight. Does Nyan notice this? Okay, this is going to be at least one villager killed. Maybe not. Okay, so that should have been a villager kill, but Faye kind of must have been distracted somewhere else. Maybe it was distracted over here. So no villagers did die here. And we do see a second TC coming on the way for Faye. She did pull everything out of gold. And now she's just going to stop the wood production, but that shouldn't last very long. Donzos are very good against knights. They can throw their spears, which do extra damage. So don't expect this to actually keep him. Oh, little mistake from Nyan. Overcommitted there and actually lost a villager. But Faye may lose a... no, maybe not. Maybe not. Faye is going to get away from there without losing a knight or a scout. Scout might die to the warrior scouts. Actually, the knight might too. So a little bit of a mistake, but again, it's not the biggest deal. Although, ooh, another mistake by Nyan. That has not been finished. We do see stone has been gathered by Faye. She's gathered 450 stone. A little bit of an overcommit to the stone there, but maybe she's going to go for 3 town centers. And we do see Nyan losing a warrior scout here. He tried to pick that off, but Faye had reinforcements there already. We see more Donzos coming out, so, you know, to protect those villagers. Pumping out that gold. Actually pull some villagers to put them on food, and we have more cows coming out. Again, this cow boom is actually very, very... Did he just put a cow in his town center? Did I see that right? Was that a villager or a cow that went to that town center? We'll find out. We're going to keep an eye on that, because I think that was a cow, but I might be wrong on that. I have to be wrong on that. I don't think cows can go in town centers. Is there a way for me to find out? Okay, we'll just keep an eye on it, but I swear I saw a cow go in here. All right, and we do see 3 town centers going to be coming out for Faye, so she does want to boom really hard. A little bit risky against Malians. Because... Okay, we have to find out, guys. We have to. We're going to do it real quick. Okay, it's a warrior scout that went in there. Okay, it was not a cow. I thought it was a cow. I swore it was a cow, but okay. All right, so we have the 3rd TC coming out here, which is an area I thought we should put it out as well. And we do have an outpost to defend the gold as well over here. And again, just more cows. So everything's going about as expected in this game, except for the 3 town centers. So the reason why this is risky for those curious is Malians has a very strong castle age, because with the cow landmark, they get a lot of food, passive food. I think it's 960 food per minute. And then they have the pit mines, which, you know, that's 200 gold, passive gold per minute, plus gathering stone. So castle age sofas, poison arrowed archers, or donzos, whatever they decide to go, can be very, very scary for French. And again, this is a 3 town center boom, not a 2 town center boom. And we do see more warrior scouts coming out. We actually see a lot of warrior scouts. We see 6 warrior scouts and 1 sofa. I'll be very curious why do we don't have professional scouts, so that's not the reason for so many warrior scouts. I guess maybe just to kind of go harass the map a little bit, try to get something. And we do see archers, then another stable coming out from Faye. We do see a blacksmith, so that does give that free +1 melee. French does get that benefit from the blacksmith. Once you make the blacksmith, you get it for free, the +1 all melee attack. And now we see the Donzo starting to move out, forcing Faye to put those back. We do see a wall here, which does help against the knights. And we are seeing 17 cows, so this is almost fully bumped out right now, which is... I don't remember how much the normal cow is. It's like 500 food per minute or something, or 600 food per minute maybe, without the landmarks. I think it's 400 something, like 480 or whatever. Either way, it's a lot of passive food this early in the game. And here we go. We see warrior scouts coming in for a raid. Will Faye react in time? She does. Isn't going to lose anything. Warrior scout's going to be forced back. Might even lose one. Yep, loses 1 warrior scout. We do see a lot of Donzos. You know, 13 Donzos does counter the knights. I mean, right now, if you look at the military, Nyan is ahead by 20 military at the moment. So this can be a little bit scary for Faye, as she doesn't really have a way to stop this. Like, if Nyan was to have rams right now, he could ram these out, and he could take control of this gold. And if you look on the map, the next closest gold for Faye is all the way out here. So if she loses access to this gold right here, she's going to be in a lot of trouble. And we do see an actual push here over towards the exposed 3rd town center. Again, Faye doesn't really have anything. She can't defend this. These knights cannot defend against the sofas. We see Donzos, we see warrior scouts just streaming their ways over. We do see a few archers. A villager does go down. And we do see a town center, you know, not really being sieged yet. And again, we just see units streaming for Nyan. So instead of going for that castle age timing, he wants to push now. He wants to take out this town center, get this food out of the way, leaving Faye with just sheep and berries. And the military graph is still 15 in favor of Nyan. I do think Nyan can take out this town center if he focuses on it, but it may be a little too costly, so it may not be worth it. Does kill another villager, so we've had 7 villagers killed thus far in this game. Town center's almost down. Faye's going to try to repair. Nyan recognizes, immediately attacks. More units streaming across the map. The military graph is getting closer and closer. Faye may be able to save this town center. Yeah, we're seeing a lot of knights, a lot of archers, and this town center looks like it may be saved here. This is actually a big deal, because if Nyan doesn't break this, he's going to be in a little bit of trouble, though it's hard to say. Like, this town center is going to be safe. It's fine now. He protected it. And so now Nyan is kind of forced backwards. Faye did a very good job protecting this town center. She used her archers well, her knights well, didn't overcommit, didn't panic too much. And now Nyan is kind of forced backwards, or, you know, he's forced back. The military graph is almost even. Faye does have a 30 villager lead. So, you know, what Nyan should probably do at this point is save and go castle. I think that's probably the best course of action. Get that castle age, get those castle age upgrades. I think at this point his aggression has been halted. That was his best chance to take out this town center, and it didn't work. It's kind of why typically I wish he'd gone. If he'd gone with a couple rams, I think he gets this town center easy. Without the rams, I just unfortunately did not work out. Do you see a warrior scout raid here? We do see an engagement over here. Dead villager. Dead villager over here. We'll keep track of that. We're seeing a multi-pronged attack at the moment. No reaction from Faye yet. Second villager down. Nyan forced back over here. Okay, 3 villagers went down right there. Very, very nice. 3 warrior scouts for 3 villagers and not losing a warrior scout. Very, very nice. We do see an engagement here. You know, that engagement actually went pretty well for Faye. She only lost, I think, 2 knights. Maybe actually I take it back. None of the Donzos died, so, or not many of them died, so that was actually good for Nyan. We do see another raid over here. And we do see that Nyan is going to be going Castle Age here any moment now. He does have 20 cows. Kills another knight, spamming them units. He does have the resources. There we go. Cow landmark is on the way. And Nyan's going to pull back here. Now, it won't take long for Faye to catch up, right? She's got 1,400 food per minute. She's already almost got enough. She was at like a 200 food. She's now has enough food to advance. I anticipate she's going to be aging up here as well. And there we go. She's going with the Royal Institute. And we see more and more sofas. And these sofas are about to be very scary, by the way. Because Castle Age sofas are very, very strong. Now, French Knights are stronger than sofas. So that is another thing to take into account. So yes, sofas are very strong, but they do lose to French Knights in a straight-up engagement. I anticipate that Nyan is going to stick to sofas plus Donzos. So it'll kind of come down to the micro here. And we do see the first age up is completed. Do we see any upgrades coming in yet? We see veteran Donzos incoming. We don't see, oh no, sorry, we do see, sorry, let me look at here. Okay, we do see, oh wait, I can look up here, duh. And we do see sofa upgrades coming into effect as well. Now the question is, do we see a monastery anywhere? We do not. So as of right now, no relics are going to be up for grabs. Typically, as Malians, you want to grab these relics, and he's going to want to make a third pit mine here soon. And as you can see, we have Royal Bloodlines coming in for Faye. She did run out of gold right here, and so if you look at her next gold line, it's all the way up here. So she's got this gold, and that's about it. So this actually could pose a problem because now Faye doesn't have any gold income. So yes, she's getting her knight upgrades, but she has no way to make any more knights at the moment. And we do see her going for over here. We see the sofa +2 armor coming in, which is going to give them that, make them have 6 armor for ranged and melee. And Faye really has to secure this area. She cannot lose this gold. If Nyan recognizes this situation and he realizes that this is her only safe gold, he would really pressurize this. Because, again, no gold equals no way for Faye to really contest Nyan's army. And this is a big loss for Faye. That is so many knights going down for free. Town center under siege by sofas, which are just being tickled by the outposts. We do see knights coming on, though. They should save it. This town center should not go down. And we do see that military graph really going up there for Faye at the moment. And Nyan forced to retreat. We do see 3 sofas over here. This is what Nyan is really good at doing this. He's making sure to raid because hitting the food line is very, very scary. And now we're seeing a big sofa Donzo push here. And there's nothing to protect these. These archers are undefended. There's 7 sofas. That's more than enough to take care of these archers. And we do see knights chasing over here. We see raids coming on over here. And we see gold denied once more. We do see archers kind of going down, getting a little bit, taking a lot of damage here. There is town center fire and this, but again, that doesn't really hurt sofas too much. And we still see these knights being chased over here. We see lots of units over here. Most of the archers have gone down. There's still a decent amount of archers, but they are going down at a really rapid pace. Faye still has no access to gold. She does have enough for her keep, so she's going to probably want to get a keep here any moment. Faye forced backwards. You know, she's only has 8 archers now. 44 military to 18. That was a far flame throw. I think Faye's in a lot of trouble. She has no gold income. She has almost 2,000 food, enough for her keep, and 70 gold. Villagers being picked off here. We're seeing units go up here. And, you know, again, we still have that solid food income, but we'll see what happens here. And Nyan is being very smart here. He's making sure to keep these sofas by this gold. Does not want to let her go, losing more villagers under the town center. Look at that villager count. It's down to 90. 53 villagers killed during this attack. And we're seeing sofas coming here, attacking here. Here comes the keep. This keep is going to be very nice. It does give the cheaper units. And she needs a market. If she can get a market, what she can do is at least start making some more knights. And we do see the knights over here. So what Nyan may do is he may go up here and just attack that. Does she have... Oh, she does have a market, by the way. So she is selling some stuff. She's getting the Arbs upgrade, so she's going to start making Arbalateres. And Nyan at this point is now getting the relics and the sacred sites, so that's really good. What's this one again? Increases the Arb's armor by 5. This town center is going to go down. Nothing Faye can do to protect it. And Faye is still at 0 gold per minute. We do see a third pit mine coming down finally. This is a bit late, but better late than never, as I always say. And town center down, more villagers going down. I mean, this villager lead, by the way, Nyan has a better economy than Faye at this point. Even though Faye's ahead by 21 workers, the pit mines plus the cow boom more than equals enough to surpass that eco. And we do see coming up here, food is going to be denied. We do see gold finally retaken, but Nyan is aware of this. Or is he? Maybe he's not as aware of this as I thought. He's going for the food over here. And we do see, again, making sure that she's not on the gold over here. We've seen a couple sofas over here. Villagers dying over here. That is 72 workers killed this game. First sacred site taken. I don't think any first relic has been taken as well. We're seeing a bit of a raid on the wood line over here. So our Dawns is moving this way, and we have 17 sofas just kind of chilling. All right, he should see this gold here soon, and once Faye loses access to that gold once more, it's going to be painful. And oh, here we go. Another keep trying to go up. Nyan killing more and more villagers over here, up to 77. Keep trying to go up. This keep should go up. More villager deaths over here. Oh man, this is brutal. 86 villagers killed at this point. Yes, this keeps going to go up, but that's going to be more and more villagers killed. 90. Now the villager count is equalized, and Nyan has about to have 2 relics at this point. And actually more villagers going down. Knights dying over here. 101 villagers killed at this point in time. And on Nyan's side, 1 villager death. I'd say that's a fair trade. Would you take that, chat? Would you guys decide to do 1 villager, sacrifice 1 villager to kill 101 of your opponents? I would. All right, and now gold was pulled back, so went to food. And we see more sofas just kind of chilling at this point. I mean, at this point, I don't see a way Faye can win this. Sacred sites are being taken. 3 relics about to be for grabs. We see more raids coming up over here. Blacksmith destroyed. Almost double the military and 12 extra and 13 extra, or 11 extra villagers at this point in time. And we do see a siege workshop for trebuchets. Going to just take this out. And it looks like Faye is going to go for this gold mine once more, although we do see sofas coming across the map. Second sacred site finally being taken, because why not? Who doesn't want that sweet, sweet gold? And Faye's trying everything she can to stay in this game. But she's going to... Let's see if she notices this or if she's going to lose more villagers. Oh, 2 more villagers going to get taken out. 3 more. Man, I would not want to be a villager today. First trebuchet is out, taking out the outpost. We do see a siege workshop coming out for Faye. And we're seeing some more sofas go down. I don't think any villager died here, so definitely, you know, went good for, I mean, that went good for Faye, I suppose. All right, Outpost is out. I anticipate the Keep is next. We are seeing a Mangonel come out, whereas I'm guessing we're going to see Springolds from Faye here in a moment. We just see sofas going around. Middle gold mine taken. Faye is sending a knight out to try to decap this. More outposts coming up here. Oh, took out the mining pit, by the way, just to be annoying. And we have Springolds coming out as well. Keep going in the center. So it looks like Nyon's playing this safe. He's making sure that if he can't break her, that he's going to win by Sacred Site timer. And keeps taking out the mining camp. We do have the first Springald coming out for Faye as well. Fourth relic taken. More and more units gathering. You know, the military graph is starting to equalize a little bit. Of course, we still have a very large eco lead for Nyon here. Look at the food per minute for Faye at 580 food per minute compared to the 1800. Gold's at 700, although we know it's significantly less, and compared to the 1300 of Nyon. Oh, and we do see a raid over here taking out the outposts. Again, so no gold income over here for Faye. 3 knights incoming. These knights shouldn't be able to do much. Another villager is going to go down. Oh, maybe this will be saved, it looks like. Although we do have 10 sofas on the way to back that up. Mangonel shot hitting the gold. Springald goes down. And we're probably going to lose some more villagers here, it looks like. Don't see any way Faye's going to save this. 123 workers killed so far. I think we missed a Mangonel shot that killed a bunch of villagers. Oh, no, never mind. They're still alive. And second keep coming down over here. And again, more villagers. 128. Man, we're going to hit 130 vill kills in this game. There's no way about it. Vills are dying like flies, and Faye calls the GG. Game number 1 goes for Nyon. Okay, let's update. Oh, someone updated the score. Perfect. I like not having to worry about it. And you can just, I mean, this kind of tells the tale here. Malians having more food than any civ is usually a bad sign. Gold is normal. And then you can just look at this villager graph. Look at this massive village just drop, drop, drop. Just a constant drop after getting to this point. And if you look at that military graph, we see a big win there. So that was game number 1. By the way, I know that Koshri gave a gifted sub, so just wanted to say thank you very much for the gifted sub during that game. Greatly appreciate it. And let me choose the outcome. NyanRacingCat wins game number 1. Okay, game number 2 is going to be on my favorite map in the game, tied with Dry Arabia. Actually, I like it more than Dry Arabia because it doesn't have much stone. It's called Bohemia. And Nyon picked Delhi Sultanate on that map, and Faye chose English. Now, this is actually a bad matchup for English. And we're just going to go straight into it, by the way. We're not gonna mess around, fellas. Hope you guys are ready for the countdown. We're going straight into this. All right, so we got 3 minutes until the next match. English versus Delhi. Sorry, 1 second, fellas. Okay, and good. Just make sure I'm not missing anything important. Any significance with the 5s? Always been curious. short story, when I was trying to create an Age of Mythology account online back in the day, Blade was taken, so I made it Blade in 5/5s because 5 is my favorite number, and I did it 5 times so I would never forget it, and then I just kept it since then. I've literally had this username for 20 years. I already ended the predictions. We're on the game number 2 prediction now. I didn't make it though. Someone did. Cool lore Blade. It's true. Tazon lost all my points. Any backstory on why 5 is your favorite number? Actually, no. It just is. I couldn't tell you why. You're doing good, Cal. Keep it up. Yeah, I honestly could not tell you why on why that is. Did the number 5 help you in poker? I didn't play poker this year. I really wish I did, though. I wish I'd gone to Vegas twice so I could play poker. But no poker this year. But no, 5 hasn't really helped me in poker that I can think of. Since we're in caster mode, people said they prefer to see this while we're waiting for a game. Refresh your chat, Beanie's fellowship, and you should be, and it'll pop up. You just have to refresh chat when that happens. I do. I have a German Shepherd. Here, you know what? We have 40 seconds. We have 40 seconds. Here. There she is. She's laying like a lazy girl. Okay, that should be long enough for you guys. Her name is Jaina. That is correct. Jaina from when I used to be really into the Star Wars books before Disney got them, and so I like the name Jaina, and so that's where I got the name. Okay. And here we go, game number 2 on Bohemia. This is a map that Avli made for me. I've said this many times. I call it my map because I came up with the design. So, to kind of show you the uniqueness of this map and what makes it unique, each player only gets 2 stone outcroppings. These are it. There's no more. Once stone runs out, you cannot find it anywhere else. You'll also notice that there's food, gold, and sacred sites spread across the middle of the map and to the corners, really demonstrating the desire to get map control. So map control where you can't just control one area and you win the game, but there's a left side gold, right side gold, center gold, and you still get 2 good wood lines and all that standard stuff. The goal for this map and why I had it created this way was to prevent mass keeps, mass stone walls, and to try to make it so games don't necessarily last an hour because of it. To provide more action-packed games and reward players who get map control. There are also no trade posts, so you cannot trade on this map. And that is the short version of why I had this map created and why it's one of my favorite maps. Actually, is my favorite map because of that reason alone. All right, and so to kind of get onto this one, we have Faye starting out with the 2 early farms. I know that Beastie Cutie is the one that's kind of popularized this lately. He makes 2 farms immediately, and it looks like Faye has taken that to heart and decided to use that herself. We do see 2 villagers on gold. Whereas on the other side, we have Delhi here from Nyan. Now I'm of the opinion, and I think most people are, that this is a good matchup for Delhi. In general, when I play Delhi, I feel very good playing against English. The mass unit production, you can really overwhelm English early, and then the sacred sites. Sorry, I just had to hiccup there. And then there's 2 sacred sites here, only 2, so there's not 3. So it's not as good for Delhi in the fact that there's only 2 sacred sites, but still 2 sacred sites are good. And fun fact about this map, due to the lack of stone, right, you would think that people wouldn't play this map. with Mongols, but Mongols is one of the civs that has been picked on this map the most, or is one of the most picked maps or civs on this map. At least in Conqueror's Cup it was. I don't know why, it just was. But I did find that very interesting, despite the fact that there's only 2 small stone croppings and no trade. And for those of you who missed Conqueror's Cup, all the games I casted are on my YouTube channel, so feel free to check that out if you're watching on Twitch and you want to check out the Conqueror's Cup, which featured this map in there. All right. And we have the Dome of Faith coming out. Now, this is a landmark that some players don't like. And I personally am a huge fan of Dome of Faith. Even though most players that play Delhi go the Tower of Victory, which for those who don't know, the Tower of Victory gives your infantry units only plus 20% attack. But the Dome of Faith gives you cheaper scholars. They come out quickly now. And they allow you to really get your tech upgrades a lot quicker. They also allow you to get a good amount of scholars for healing if you needed. And when you decide to take a sacred site, if you lose a scholar, it's not a big deal. With Tower of Victory, when you go to take a sacred site, if you lose a scholar or you lose both the scholars you make, it's very painful because then they have to gather more gold and pay the full price of 130 gold. I don't know how much it is of Dome of Faith. I actually don't remember. It's 80 gold, I think. So yeah, so we have the Feudal Age coming in from Faye with the Council Hall. Again, no surprise. Probably going to see some longbows, or maybe Faye... It doesn't look like Faye's going for a second TC, so she might just do a very standard... My assumption is going to do a standard longbows, but I don't see any longbows coming out yet. Whereas we have Nyan just about to be in that Feudal Age, and I'm expecting Scholars to be done immediately along with Eco-Techs. Let's see what Nyan does. Stable coming out first, very normal. Sanctity coming out next. We do see the Barracks coming out for Faye, and Scholars being created immediately. Let's just kind of see what happens here. We just see some scouting going on. More farms coming out for Faye. So Faye is not really going into this game with hyper aggression from the get-go. She's going to take this a little bit slower. She's going to secure her economy, and then maybe she's going to start doing some pressure. Against Delhi, Delhi does kind of have a slow start. So you don't really have to worry about spamming units if you don't want to. And I'm confused by Nyan's play. He took every villager off of gold and only made 1 scholar. So this kind of seems to be contradictory. Why would you go Dome of Faith if you're only going to make 1 scholar? I'm a little confused by that decision, but that is what Nyan's going for, so we'll just have to accept that for the time being. Oh, there's a spider. And it's dead. Okay. Sorry, spider distracted me here. Okay, so we do have... No Ghazi Raiders coming out yet. Scouts coming out. We see more spearmen, some longbows, but in reality, it says Nyan has 4 military units, but I don't see them. Oh, right. Scholars count as military, I think, so... Oh, there's the first Ghazi Raider right there. And we do see 2 blacksmiths, which I do like. And now we're just going to kind of see what's going to happen from here. We do see the second mill coming up. Little surprised that Faye's not going to finish her farms here before going for that second mill, but that is what ends up happening. Second one out. We do see villagers back on gold now, so we are going to see more scholars coming shortly. And we do see the first scout being kind of picked apart. Faye is moving across the map with 3 spears and 4 longbows. Nothing too scary, but then when you do look at it, you know, we do have the archery range out for Nyan. Can start, so he's going to get those archers, but ooh, nice catch by Faye. Almost kills that Ghazi Raider. Now, this is the other benefit to having this Dome of Faith landmark. Now, he is a little low on the scholars, but what he can do is he can pull out his scholars and just heal this up really quickly so that that damage is pretty much reverted from what happened. We do see a little bit of an attempt to, trying to raid here. And interestingly enough, Faye looks like she's going to be going for a second town center. I'm not going to lie, I don't like this. This second town center is going to be super late. We're almost at 8 minutes into the game. And Nyan here is going to start taking the sacred sites. So this second town center is going to provide little value. It's going to slow down any aggression she has with military, and it gives Nyan plenty of time to do whatever he wants. So if Nyan wants to go for Castle Age, Faye can't punish it. And then how's Faye going to hold a Knight Archer all-in pressure when she's stuck in Feudal Age? Because what this does, this slows down her Castle Age significantly. I would have rather seen her focus on gold and food and go for a fast castle, because you can use the... I can't remember what the landmark is off the top of my head. Yeah, the King's Palace. You can use the King's Palace for a second TC, and she could be going Castle Age by about now instead of gathering for the second town center. And we do see the first sacred site is denied by a longbow. Very annoying for Nyan, but not the end of the world. We do see that Ghazi Raider's probably going to go kill that and then take it. Do we have a second scholar? We do have the second scholar moving out now. And we do see, ooh, this is very good for Nyan, taking out those spears. Although didn't actually kill one. Oh. Nyan's going to want to pull back. You do not want to fight under English and Feudal Age with a network of castles. Very, very scary. So Nyan should pull back here. Taking a lot of damage for free. And we're seeing more archers kind of coming across the way. Sacred Site's about to be taken. Longbow taken care of over here. And, oh no, Longbow's over here. But we don't see that the Scholar's all the way over here. Okay, so Nyan's about to take both Sacred Sites. And this is a little bit scary now. Nyan being a little bit sloppy here, losing a lot of units for free. This has been perfect. Like, this has been Faye's dream right here. Nyan wasn't paying attention. He lost a lot of units here. He lost at least 6 archers for pretty much free. Yes, he did a little bit of damage to spears, but he never actually killed a single spear. So that is a little bit of a blunder on Nyan's side. This sacred site might be denied for just a moment. Archers should take care of it, though. We do see walls coming out here. Second sacred site underway. This sacred site will become his in just a moment. And, ooh, Ghazi Raider going down in the middle of the map. Sacred site taken, so... So I'm not sure if Faye can take this fight. I mean, there are 15 archers to... Yeah, so actually this is a good engagement for Nyan. He's got more archers than she does longbows. And spears, 5 spears will be taken off really quickly. And then there's 3 Ghazi Raiders. And so we do have that second sacred site almost complete. See engagement in the center. And again, this is what's good for Nyan. And we do see that second town center is complete for Faye. And again, like I said, that second town center, I'm not the biggest fan of. This just slows everything down. And now Nyan does maintain his map control. He's pumping out units, has a few archers in the center. Is going to be forced to pull back a little bit. It's really scary to fight English on their domain. Again, the network of castles just gives that extra attack speed buff, which is very scary. And we do see this wall complete. We still see this longbow, which is moving out now. We see a group of spears coming up to go this way as well. Now let's see, what is Nyan going to do? I think Nyan is just going to go Castle Age, it looks like. And as you can see, he's already placed his scholars around the relics. This archer will actually kill this longbow with the healing, assuming it gets there in time. We do see a little bit of a wall here. These units can just walk around, so it's not a big deal. This is a lot of units being sent over. And yeah, so that longbow is going to lose this fight, and this sacred site is going to stay under Nyan's control. And we just have a bunch of units sitting here. A little bit of an overreaction. That is a lot of injured longbows, though. Oh, I don't think Nyan should be doing... Oh, actually, with this one Ghazi Raider. A little bit of a risk, but... Not sure what Nyan's doing. He's just kind of... These units are just chilling out doing nothing. We do see spears here. And Nyan is about to go Castle Age here, which is what I would do. Because what Nyan should do, go Castle Age, go Compound of the Defender, and you can get 2 keeps, I think. It might be 3, actually. I can't remember how much a keep is with the... I think it's like 800 stone or something, or 780, so it's enough for 3 keeps. And it looks like Faye's going to do a little chop through so that the spears can go in. We do see 2 scholars. We do see a Ghazi Raider seeing this villager. This Ghazi Raider will probably die. We do see a little raid here. Ooh. Faye is not going to be expecting this. May not even be ready. 2 Ghazis here just chilling. And a little bit of a raid here by Nyan. Very, very nice. Very annoying for... very annoying for Faye. Although, right now, the military count is favoring Nyan. Or, sorry, is favoring Faye. Okay, Archer is killed, but I think there's a hole in there. Or, sorry, villager killed. That's not the first villager blood. We have 4 vill kills at this moment. We just have a bunch of archers here. Sacred Site is being decapped. Second Sacred Site being decapped. We do have 3 archers, though. I don't know if they'll win. With micro, the archers win. Without micro, they don't. And, okay, now we have Nyan in the Castle Age now. What's he going to make? He's getting his upgrades. Is going to actually lose 3 archers to these spears. Grabs the first relic. But that Sacred Site countdown is no longer going through. Knights are coming out, but they're instantly, you know, kind of hit there. And now we're just kind of waiting to see. We have veteran upgrades coming in. Now, this is the problem with Nyan, with Nyan's not making scholars. If he had 5 scholars in here, this veteran upgrade gets upgraded so much faster than 2.5 minutes. But since he has no scholars in here, it's going to take a lot longer. We do see another raid. We have 5 vill kills at the moment. Units moving out in the center. Knights starting to move out on the field. And this Sacred Site is going to be taken, and we're going to lose a scholar here as well. We are about to have 4 full mills with Faye, so that's really nice. So at this point in the game, I feel like Nyan should be in a better position than he is, but I actually think Faye's doing very well. She has decapped both Sacred Sites, or she's about to decap the second one. There's only 1 relic for Nyan, and she's almost going to be going Castle Age as well. Now, the villager lead isn't really there. It's only 5 villager leads, so not too bad. But military-wise, she's still got a pretty scary army. That's kind of forcing Nyan all the way around, and Nyan can take this, but don't use the knights. Don't lose the knights. Thank you, thank you. More units moving on the way. We do see raids here. We see a Ghazi Raider killed. Knights off out of there. And we do see this is being taken care of a little bit. Yeah, I think Nyan's biggest mistake this game so far is just not having enough scholars. He should have had 3 or 4 of these relics instantly grabbed the moment they hit castle, and then he should have, you know, had his upgrades already, because he's still waiting on his veteran tech, and he's waiting on these too. He does still have 1 of them done, but he's still behind a little bit on those. And he does have those 10 archers in the town center that he forgot about. And Faye is on the way to Castle Age with the White Tower. I actually don't like the White Tower as the choice. I don't think she needs the White Tower. I think she's in such a good lead at the moment. Or not lead necessarily, but she's in a good position to where I don't think this is necessary. And I would have actually preferred King's Palace to really get that eco rolling. And at this point, we still have the 15 archers in here. And without that map control, Nyan cannot take these berries. He can't take his deer. He is being denied, or he was being denied. We do have a keep coming out. How much does a keep cost? 720, so he does have enough to make 3 keeps this game, and that's it. Because this is his last stone mine. Once these 2 stone mines are done, no more. So after 3 keeps, no more stone unless you buy it from the market. We do see a raid attempt here, but the white tower will take care of this, no problem. And let's kind of see what Nyan does from here. We do hear another relic getting grabbed. One sacred site has been retaken, but that's about to be decapped already. Faye's got her veteran upgrades coming in. She even has textiles coming through. Military-wise, they are pretty equal, but look at the food difference. 1,500 food per minute to only 550. Nyan is really struggling at the moment to get enough units out, and with English catching up, I think at this point, I'm going to be honest, I think Faye's going to win this game. I think Nyan, he had a pretty strong feudal, made a bit of mistakes, but his little mistakes kind of piled up and up and up. He never got the relics, or very slow in getting the relics, and the lack of scholars really hurt as well. And losing both sacred sites was also very painful, as that's 250 passive gold per minute gone. So the small mistakes really kind of compounded themselves, and that's why I think that Faye's going to end up winning this game. She's got a very strong economy. Nyan's only at 270 food per minute. This is going to be denied, so no relic there. We do see the army being taken care of here. Let's look at where's the compound of the defender? Oh, there it is. Still waiting a little bit longer, and this is another benefit to where if you have scholars in both of these, like if you had 5 scholars in here and a few in here, this upgrade finishes in like a few minutes, like 2 to 3 minutes instead. Second keep coming down, 1 villager, it's all you need. That'll surely get done by the time this game ends. And being pushed back a little bit further. Now we do see Nyan is floating a bunch of wood. So something he could probably start throwing in some farms. He does have 17 villagers on wood, so wouldn't hate it. We do see the first mangonel come out. Another knight goes down there. Sacred site was kept here actually, but it's not the biggest thing. Looks like Faye's already off to go get rid of it, and she's just streaming units, crossbows, longbows, men-at-arms. She is not slowing down. She's even taken that secondary gold. She's made walls so she doesn't have to worry about raids. Has the wood line secured. Right now she is sitting pretty, making these forward outposts for that network of castles. Now this keep will protect Nyan for now, but you know, she could just go in this direction and just focus on this area. Looks like a little bit of a mistake there, as pointed out. There's a lumber camp instead of a mining camp here. Sacred sites give 125 gold per minute to Delhi. And alright, we have the outpost coming out now. Again, it's about to finish. And now the thing is, Faye can't really push into here because these 2 mangonels are more than enough to drive her back for now. And these keeps are doing a good job protecting. We do see more villagers coming out now. So this is equivalent to 3 town centers. And Sacred Site has been denied. Another outpost coming up. Nyan's gonna try to get a keep here, but he doesn't have any units to escort this, so these 5 longbows should be more than enough to deny that. All right. And a bunch of villagers going down here. 6 villagers, 7 villagers. Do we see 8? Looks like nope. 7 villagers will die when that is it. Military is favoring Faye by a solid 20. And villagers at 24. And we do see, you know, it's a pretty sizable army, but I think Nyan could push this back as long as he engages well with the mangonels. I think without mangonels, he cannot take this fight. There are too many men-at-arms here. These have 8 armor. These archers are only doing like 1 damage. And this is an easy win for Faye. I think even with the Mangonel, as long as she micros correctly, she's going to win this fight no problem. We see, looks like Nyan is going to win this fight here. We actually have Springle Towers being created over here. Keep over here to deny this raid. And this army is cleaned up. That means this Mangonel is next. There's nothing to protect it from 7 men-at-arms. And I don't see any way that Nyan is going to hold on from here. The keeps are nice. It'll delay the game a little bit. But he has no way. He's almost out of gold. Oh, wait, he has this gold here. But he doesn't have an army to do this. There's a 40 military lead, a 23 villager lead for Faye. And only 2 relics. And there's actually no relics. There's no relics in these at all. I don't know where they are. I'm guessing he accidentally put them in here, so they're inside the mosques. Instead of the scholars inside the mosque, so they're not actually there. So the two relics actually have never given any gold whatsoever. We see a couple rams being built over here, more units being spread across. Faye is getting to, very close to Imperial Age and maxing out, whereas Nyan is at 111, struggling for food, and it's not looking any better. And we are seeing a Mangonel get popped by some longbows. Yeah, the lumber mill was fixed. And it looks like finally... Wait, is this enough? Yeah, okay, this should be enough to clean this up. But even if this is cleaned up, this army was well worth its cost. It did a lot of damage. And we do see Faye making a keep over here to secure this gold. In theory, this gold is secured for Nyan now. Can now make a keep, which that is exactly what he's going to do. But again, can he hold this attack? It's 48 to 15. That Imperial Age is getting closer and closer, and I would not be surprised if we saw a forward Berkshire drop. Let's see what else we have here. Okay, keep being made. 4 rams incoming for this keep. Units coming forward to protect the rams. This keep's probably going to go down. Mangonel goes down. One thing about Nyan, though, is he is a fighter. Even if he is dead, he does fight for quite a while longer. Though I'm not sure how much longer he plans on staying. Oh, that's actually not as forward as I thought. I thought for sure she was going to drop it like right here or even right here. Oh, and there we go. GG from Nyan. Game number 2 goes over to Faye. And now we have a tied up series of 1-1. Yeah, I mean, the food kind of tells the tale. Actually, the gold, too. There should be a lot more gold for Delhi. Just kind of I'd say, like I said, Nyan played well, but he made a lot of small mistakes, which ended up causing him to, just kind of fall behind and end up losing this game. Hey, no problem, Horizontal. Thank you for tuning in. Glad you're enjoying it. Or hopefully you're enjoying it so far. Okay, so we have, for the last map, what map did they choose? I don't know. Oh, I think it's Dry Arabia. So we're going to have Ottomans versus Mongols on Dry Arabia for game number 3. Now, just so you guys are aware, the winner of this game makes it to the semifinals, which is in the money. So for those who don't know, first place is $125, second place is $75, third and fourth is $50. Faye is Mongols. Nyan is going to be Ottomans, and they're already in game number 3, so we're just going to go straight into it. We're not going to delay this. Let's go into game number 3. Choose outcome, Faye. There you go. I'll even open up another prediction. We'll pause this for a second. Caster mode. Blade, can we donate to the players? You could donate on their Twitch channels. Any donations I get today, as an FYI, do go towards my next tournament, though. I can talk about that after the series. But for now, we're going to do this. You guys will have 5 minutes. Prediction has started. I get the feeling that Blade hates MS delays. Not sure what you mean by that, but let's get right into the next game. We're not going to delay this at all. We're going to pump through this like ice cream, guys. Okay. And here we go. Game number 3, the deciding match between NyanRacingCat, who's playing as the Ottoman Empire, and then we have Faye, who is playing as the Mongols. So this is going to be a very interesting match. I anticipate a lot of aggression from Nyan, and I would assume that Faye is going to play a trade style with Mongols. Now, if you'd asked me who I favored in this matchup pre-patch, I would have said this is a very good matchup for Ottoman Empire. In this patch, though, with the Keshik, I actually don't think this is bad for Mongols anymore. Keshik Archer is very strong. Also, if they can get away with a tower rush, will help a lot as well. So I really am a big fan of this as Mongols with an Archer Keshik playstyle, and we'll kind of see how Nyan plays this. Like I said, I don't know who I favor exactly. Like I said, pre-patch I would have favored Ottomans, but this patch I don't know who's favored in this matchup anymore. I definitely don't think it's bad for Mongols, but it may not necessarily be amazing either. We do see the first military school coming out, and I think the placement of this is actually a mistake from Nyan. I think he should have placed it up here. We can see a lot of open space, so he could have placed it like right here, and it allows him to get his spearmen over in this area a lot quicker. Now, he can only go to, he could deny or annoy the gold vein over here. And then, but that's about it. That's not really much else. You can delay the gold, but the wood and food's pretty secure, right? Not going to be able to do that. Oh, sorry. And so now we just see the Khan kind of moving around. We are seeing a pasture opening for Faye. There's going to be no tower rush from her. She's not even going to make any spearmen at all, which is an okay decision, I think. The nice thing is we do have the pasture on the Uvu. I forgot to say that word. I don't know why. On the Uvu, which means this actually builds, I don't know how much faster. I just know it improves the sheep production speed when it's on an Uvu. But we don't see anything on gold yet. And we do see the first spear coming out. So like I said, what Nyan could do, he could annoy the gold here, be very annoying, just proc and prod. But Faye should have no problem aging up either way. I would be very surprised if she used her stone to get this. This isn't generally worth the cost. If you look at the cost of this, 150 stone, that stone could be used for 2 Keshiks instead. If you do it on 2 villagers, you're not going to be able to double produce Keshik as quickly. And I think it's better to get double Keshik out than having that extra villager. I don't think that extra villager matters. It's just not worth the stone cost in my opinion. But Faye may do that. We'll find out. Maybe she decides, you know what, I like it. She does have enough stone to do it, but she's not, so she's probably not going to. And we do see the twin minaret madrasa. I know I spelled that wrong and probably triggered my chat, but that's okay. This is the berry landmark, very standard landmark for Ottoman Empire. Just allows you to gather berries at 50% extra speed. Yeah, gathers berries 50% faster on this landmark. That regenerate for the whole game. And we do see the first stable coming out for Faye. And she does have enough stone to where once she advances, she could make a double Keshik. She might even be able to make quadruple Keshik by the time she advances. We'll see what she ends up doing here. I will say, I think with that early pasture, you can definitely tell it slowed down her age up a bit. Because she put villagers on gold a little too late. And so the age up is at 4 minutes without doing a tower rush or anything. So it's a little bit of a mistake, I think. And we do see... Oh, now this is an interesting decision. Deer stones. So what Faye might end up doing is kind of a style that some players are trying. I'm not a big fan of it. But instead of going Silver Tree, they do Deer Stones, and then they manually build the market in the corner later on. The reason why I'm not a big fan of that style is it actually slows you down for the units. Because you have to invest 100 wood into a market. You're also paying the full gold price, so you have to have more villagers on gold to be able to afford these Keshiks. And so it kind of slows you down a bit in military production. And then your trade is a bit slower as well. It might be okay. I do think going Silver Tree is a better, if you're going to go trade. She may not go trade. I'm just saying if she's going to go trade, I do think the Silver Tree method is better. Shout out to State. I think he really showed a strong style of Mongols with the feudal play style of them, where he does Silver Tree. He doesn't make pastures really until he has to. And another thing Faye could have done, I think pushing these deer would have been very useful. This is very close to her town center. I think utilizing a con or something to just push these deer into the town center is very worth. And we do see a spearman here killing a wolf, you know, that darn wolf, getting in the way and attacking it. And we do see that Nyan, let's see, how many sheep did Nyan get? Nyan got 11 sheep. Faye's gotten a bit more, I think, so Faye's definitely doing good on the sheep department. But let's see what Faye decides to do. Do we think she's going to go trade, or is she just going to commit to like maybe a 2 town center play style? Or maybe she's just going to do a heavy feudal aggression without town centers or trade. We do see an archery range coming out, so far we're aiming towards aggression, not for a macro style. Although on Nyan's side, we're seeing he pulled a lot of villagers to put on stone and gold. We do have the second military school on the way. Probably going to place that blacksmith here to speed up that production. And then we do see the first spa he is out. This is going to go, you know, it's not going to really be able to do much. It shouldn't be able to do any damage here because there is an outpost. We do see the first 2 Keshik out, taking out the spear. We do see 2 more Keshik popping out. And now it's kind of question is she going to try to go trade behind this? It looks like she is. So she is going to do the trade style. The meter or the meter or the Ottoman support unit, however you want to pronounce it, is going to be on the way, I'm sure, soon. He may use it for it looks like he did, not sure what he's going to use his first vizier point on. We'll find out. And, ooh, this should make it away. Should make it away fine. Markers should be placed down shortly. Oh, he did go Anatolian Hills, so he's going to get a 10% gathering increase, or is it 15%? 50% gold increase or gold gathering increase, and 8 additional sheep. I'm a huge fan of that. I always use that as Ottomans. I think it's just better to have that safe food, because if you want the meta, you can just make it with your stable, and I think that's fine. So I really like that decision. It's safe food income, and you don't have to worry as much about going out across the map. We do see walls coming in, or attempted to come in, for Nyan to secure these 3 berry packs. Really nice. Would have been nice to have a deer pack behind here too, but you can only get so much. And we do see 4... we do see 4 Keshiks just kind of being very annoying here for Nyan. You know, he wants to kill these, but they're just going to run around. Nyan's going to be forced to pull these villagers back. Might be able to get a villager. Does get a villager. Oh, very, very nice. We do see second market on the way. Trade is on the way. 41 gold per minute per trade. And we see a spa here keeping an eye on that. We'll see what happens there. And Faye does get away with all of her Keshiks. And we do see still the 1 stable 1 archery play. This is, again, very standard. You kind of start with this while you trade. And let's see what he's going to do here. He's got spears. He's not really you know, Nyan's not really making mini Spahi at the moment, which is kind of interesting. But he does scout out the the trader. He might get this trader. Not if Faye reacts by pulling these 3 Keshiks, this trader should live. Oh, maybe not, maybe not, maybe not. Oh, let's see. Oh, Trader dies for a Spahi. We do see the Keshik back here again. Wall is almost complete. Nyan is aware of this, though, so he's pulling his spear. So these Keshiks shouldn't really get much kills. We do see 2 Vil kills for Faye, and the 1 Vil kill is actually a Trader. I don't think any villagers actually died on Nyan's side, but I could be wrong. And, okay, I do not like the Mangudai choice here. I don't know if that's a mistake or not. Kind of an interesting decision to make a Mangudai here. Mangudai don't really... And the reason why I don't like the Mangudai is because Mangudai are very weak right now in the Feudal Age. They're actually strong in the Imperial Age still. But they don't deal much damage. Like, they have to fire... I think it's like 21 shots or something to kill a spear. So, very, very not as useful. Whereas archers, you can kill them with like 8 archers or something. So... I think someone told me that. I could be wrong. I mean, they do 5 damage, and they don't get bonus against spears, and a spear has 90 health. So that's not 20. That's going to be like 18. I'm not doing math I'm not doing math live. You guys can figure that out. $18. Thank you, Sarius. So 18 shots for 1 Mangudai to kill a spear. And we do see Castle Age coming in for Nyan. I actually like this decision because, as you can see, he's going to be able to start pumping out Knights, and Knights are stronger than Keshiks. So this is a very good investment. He's only going to be able to make 1 Knight for the moment, but still it adds up. And trade does take a while to kick in now. Ever since the patch with this change where it goes back and forth and you can't do the trade trick, it does take a while. And actually, does Faye only have 1 trader? Yeah, Faye only has 1 trader, so she's not really benefiting at all from trade. And that's actually a little bit scary for her. Now, she is trying to be aggressive. She does have double the military. And we do see Knights starting to come out. So what Nyan's going to want to do is he does have 400 gold in the bank, so that's nice. So he can just kind of come back here, get these Knights. Oh, that's a little bug. Look at that scout throwing a torch on that Keshik. And she is forced back a little bit more. We do have second traders coming out. And, you know, this is kind of the scary part now because... Oh, we do have spears, actually. So Faye recognizes the danger of Castle Age Knights, and so these spears are going to be very useful because there's no archers from Nyan. If we look at Nyan's unit composition, it's stables, archery ranges, and a barracks. He's only just now getting his first archery range out. So spears do very well versus Castle Age Knights. But this trade will end up adding up. You know, we are starting to get to, well, we're only at 2 traders, but I'm sure we'll get higher soon. And this is kind of why I prefer the silver tree, because instead of spending the 60 gold per trader, you're only spending 30. So if you made a market with your silver tree, you're still spending 60 gold in total instead of 120. And right now, Faye does have like a decent position. The one thing I would have liked to see Faye do with this map control is placing outposts on these wood lines. Because what she could do is place like an outpost here, and then use the con and put the falcon over here, and it denies this wood line for like 30 plus seconds. And then also doing it on this wood line would not be a bad idea either. However, the problem is it's obviously too late now. But Nyan is starting to really get those units pumping. He does have his 3rd military school coming out. He's about to get his first mangonel. And yes, that's because trade counts as workers. And we do see the Khan over here. Faye is going Castle Age right now with the Kurultai, which gives a plus 20% damage, and it heals all your units in the area around it with plus 1 health every second. And we do need another blacksmith here, because right now, this military school is actually not under blacksmith, so units are taking longer to produce than they should. And ooh, Knight's getting caught out of position here, taking a lot of damage. Very, very painful. And, you know, the Mangadai aren't really doing much. They're just tickling the Knights, but that is a lot of free damage. We see Nyan pushing forward. Faye is reacting in time, doesn't take much damage, and gets away just fine. We are seeing trade now still at 3. So, you know, trade hasn't really been going well. It hasn't been going too long this game. So Faye's position isn't as strong as it should be. If Faye had been trading this whole time, like at this point, she should have like 20 traders. The fact she only has 3 is very, very painful because her economy really isn't that good. And so the curl tie you don't get the benefit of the curl tie as much because usually you'd want to go step read out if you don't have a good stable trade. Because the curl tie is mainly useful when you have good trade when you have your gold coming in from trade because you don't need the step read out extra gold. And military-wise, they are very close. Eco-wise, they're very close. No one has taken any relics yet. They're still... Actually, wait. Nyan did take a relic. I don't know where he placed it. Right there. So, good for Nyan. That's going to help. That's actually going to put him in a good position. Looks like a Scholar is going to go down. We do see the Meter. And this army will just run away. Shouldn't really do too much damage. And we're just going to see kind of Nyan chilling right now. Now, Nyan is not aware that Faye isn't trading too hard. So he might be, you know, feeling a little bit of pressure, being like, okay, Faye's been trading for a while. I really need to go and deal with that trade. But he's actually playing this very patiently. He doesn't seem to really care about the trade, which is actually good because there's not really much trade to worry about, right? We see the second Mangonel is out. And this is going to be a scary push, I think, for Faye to hold. You know, all these Knights plus a Mangonel and the Meter. I mean, I don't know if Faye's going to be able to hold this or not. A lot of these Knights are hurt, though. So maybe she'll be okay. I mean, she does have a decent army, so it's probably going to be fine for her. We do see Janissary starting to come out now as well. Looks like a little mistake from Nyan, by the way. He canceled the queue on this military school, and it's no longer going to produce units until he fixes it. Mangonel Shock doesn't really do much there. Got to protect that Mangonel. These Keshiks are just waiting to dive on that Mangonel. And these are Feudal Age Spearmen, by the way. These Spearmen have not been upgraded at all. So they're still... Not that that matters too much. Ooh. Siege getting caught out. This is painful. Losing a Mangonel and a Springald. Very good trade for Faye. Faye's going to be happy about that. Engagement here. Mangonel going down. Or not going down, sorry. Firing its shot. Another Mangonel doesn't really do much there, though. And more Keshiks there. Another Mangonel shot, I assume. Nope. Oh, we're seeing a raid here. There are 6 traders out in the field, so each trader that dies is like a big portion of her trade. Nyan's really pumping out that gold, so he wants to go for siege. Which is Ottoman siege is very strong, especially if you get the vizier point that lets you put infantry inside. It causes them to attack 20% faster or 25% and unload faster, so they can move around quicker. Very, very strong, and it does. But I don't think that he obviously hasn't gotten that vizier point yet. If he's going to, ooh, Boar goes down. Military-wise, Faye has a little bit of a military lead, but we are seeing more Springalds, more Mangonels, taking the deer. You know. Just keeps pumping out those knights. This military school is still not in use. And we're seeing archers from the other 3 military schools. Well, spears from this one, archers from here. Does he? Yeah, okay, he does have 4 military schools. And let's kind of see how this progresses here. Military-wise, they're even. Faye's trade is starting to get there now. She's at 12 traders. So that gold income is going to really start kicking in soon. Now imagine if this trade had been going for the past like 10 minutes. Or even 5 minutes. This would be a lot scarier. Nyan still has a timing he can use where he can potentially push and kill Faye here. One trader is doing 42 gold, 4 food, 4 wood. Not the best trade, but it's not bad because it's 84 round trip. All right, Springald canceled. Second Springald coming. More units pumping on their way. We do have a raid attempt on the left-hand side, and we do not have Castle Age Spearmen yet. Let's see, what is Nyan going to do? This trade is 16 traders. It's only growing. So Nyan still has time, but he is going to want to either get rid of this trade or make his attack soon. He does have 14 Janissaries, but Faye hasn't been making cavalry, so she's fine. Like, these are her only... She stopped making Keshiks the moment she hit Castle Age. Oh, what's this? Oh, just going for the gold mine over here. And we do see Nyan is going to go focus on the trade. He just wants to get rid of it. But we'll see. He only has 3 Springalds to 3 Springalds. It's going to come down to the micro here. Who's got the better micro? Okay. So far, Nyan, well, okay, Nyan, nope, he's not focusing on the, oh man, this fight's going terrible for Nyan. The micro was, Faye out-microed him really hard right there. He's going to lose all his Springals and he's going to lose his army. And I think that's pretty much going to be it for Nyan. I'm not sure, he doesn't really have enough infantry to deal with this. And that military count's going heavily in the favor of Faye. Trade is going very heavily now. She's going to be at 18 here in just a moment. Military, eco. She's now ahead in every single way possible, though there are 3 relics for Nyan here, but that's not going to be enough. Going to lose another Springald. I think that push was his best chance, but I think his unit composition was wrong. I think he had too many spears, a lot of knights, and he just didn't have like enough ground, like he didn't have enough archers. He didn't have any archers or crossbows really. So that really hurt Nyan here, and now he's gonna have to kind of pray that he gets a miracle, because now Faye's got a very secure trade gold line. She's got 20 traders, and now her gold income's spiking. She's at 1200 gold per minute. I'm not really sure what Nyan's gonna be able to do here to hold on. And with that Curl Tie, giving that 20% attack additional damage and healing, it's going to make it even harder to engage. And Nyan is going to try these long walls. A little late, though. We already have 3 Keshiks here. This villager is going to die immediately. And now comes kind of like the death push here, I think. We do have another town center come. Oh, we have 2 town centers coming down here, so very late. I don't know when the second one came up, but so Nyan's gonna try doing a greed play where he's going 3 town centers and he's gonna pray that he can pretty much boom up before Faye attacks. But the problem is, Faye's eco's out of control now. She's got 26 about to have 26 traders. She's gonna be able to pump out this military. She's got 38 villagers on food compared to the 8. Or 20, now 20 of not for Nyan. We do see an attempted raid here, which is good. The best way to get into this game is to raid. I would say I was actually surprised Nyan didn't try raiding this trade more. Nyan's usually very good about raiding, but this game I'd say his raiding hasn't been as on par. And even if he killed all 16 workers here, I honestly don't think it's going to change the outcome of this game. It would help, but it's going to be very difficult to hold this attack. An immediate reaction, you know, is going to lose some villagers here, but these villagers don't really matter. And he's not going to kill enough trade to where it's going to hurt Faye very much. And we are seeing the Siege Workshop go down. Let's look at the trade update. 25 traders on the field. Still getting some trade kills, so that's nice. But how is Nyan going to hold on? Well, there are no mangonels, so that is the plus side. There are no mangonels. There are 5 springolds, which don't really do much in a fight. But is that enough? Is that going to matter too much? I mean, there's still 17 crossbows, 9 men-at-arms, and 11 spears versus 26 archers, 18 janissaries, 6 spearmen, and some spahi. Still getting some trade kills, though. So that's kind of... How many trade did he kill there? So Faye's now down to 22 traders. Still more than enough for what she needs. And she's going Imperial Age with the White Stupa. So she is going to be hitting that Imperial Age here any moment now. And I wouldn't be surprised if Nyan decided to call it there, as he's losing more and more villagers over here. Going to try to make a keep. Sending in his Janissaries to take care of the Keshiks. And then being sieged down by one of these. I just don't see how he's going to hold off the Imperial Age Mongols. I like how there's just archers just sitting here doing nothing. And that Imperial Age is reached. So what's Nyan going to do? He is pumping from 3 town centers, which is how he's caught up economically. No more trades coming out for Faye, so stuck at 25. More springolds coming out. Now the thing is, Faye's going to get roller shutter triggers, which will give her +2 range on springolds, which means she's going to dominate the springold fight, assuming she gets it. And Nyan's trying to do another raid here. Does have a keep, which will protect him. Is going for an engagement. Going to try to do something about this attack. You know, Nyan's army at this point is pretty strong. Can probably take this in a direct fight because Faye's army is so spread out. Like, now she's going to take this out and attack here. Oh, and Nyan's actually going to trade as well. And a raid here. I mean, these are the best ways for him to come back, is to do raids. Roller Shutter Triggers hasn't come in yet, has it? Oh, no, she's getting that now. She's getting it here, and I anticipate it's going to be upgraded here any moment now. Any moment now. There we go. Improved Roller Shutter Triggers there, which is going to give +3 range instead of +2. So it's going to be an extreme domination. Now, Nyan is maxed out almost. You know, they're both maxed out. So, you know, if there's a chance for Nyan to do something, this could be it. He could bounce on this. He could dive this army, and he would absolutely crush this army in a direct engagement. Because, again, Faye has like half her army at home, another 15 units over here, another 9 units over here. So I really wouldn't hate Nyan's decision to just dive this while he can. And I do like this decision from Nyan. He's going to make a ram here, and he's going to just kill these trade posts. And then that's going to stop the trade until that's taken care of. The downside is for Nyan, there's already a bunch of units here. So really, this shouldn't be very hard for Faye to deal with. And we do see outposts everywhere denying gold. I don't think Nyan has any more gold mines left. He did just mine out of his last one. So he has no way to get gold at the moment. Oh, and just look at that domination. Those springolds didn't even get in range of these. But we do have the dive now. But bombard towers are on the field. The first bombard cannon is firing. It's going to absolutely dominate the field. This is just kind of... Ram's kind of chilling. Sacred Site's being taken. Trades at 28 now. And we're going to see these Spahi clean this up pretty easily, I think. The thing is, I don't... Oh, and Nyan is going Imperial Age with the Seagate Castle. Now, Nyan does have a bunch of gold. Where's he getting his gold? Okay, he's not. He does have 1,200 gold in the bank, so that's very nice. And he does have trade. He only has 4 traders at the moment, but, you know, that's going to add up. And this keep is going to actually increase the speed of trade as well. Oh, you're right. No stone commerce, which gives 10% stone trade per trade. So Faye's not getting that extra stone that she would like. Ram's coming out. So far, she's not sending any military to deal with it. Just kind of pushing right here. You know, this game has gone from being very bad for Nyan to somehow, like, I actually don't think Nyon's in necessarily the worst position. At least not yet. I still favor Faye, but it's slowly, you know, starting to turn around a little bit. And let's kind of see here. We do see Springhold's coming out. Do we see... Oh, do we see another... No more Siege Workshops, though, so no way to win this. To be fair, you're not going to win the Springhold War. And here we go, another engagement. Mangano on the field gets a big shot. That hurt a lot of the units here. Nyon's going to need to dodge this. Ooh, another good shot. That killed like 10 units, 10 to 12 units right here. Lots of units falling down there, forcing Nyan back. He's plummeted to 160 supply. Ooh, one of the markets does stay alive, so trade is still fine. Main town center is going down. We do have a keep here as well. And this is going to be taken care of, so trade is going to be fine. Oh, yeah, now, this is a tricky part. Nyon's gold, very small. He only has 7 traders. And lost a bunch of villagers there as well. And Nyan has no way to deal with this. He doesn't. I'm looking for a siege workshop, and I'm not seeing one, so he has no way to actually kill. You know, he can't take care of the Mangonel, so that Mangonel is just a beauty. And we do see Nyan did steal this gold over here. Looks like this is a misplaced mining camp. Not going to do very much, though, because he has to hold this push. And Nyan calls the good game, and Faye takes the series 2-1 and advances to the semifinals. And you can just kind of see here, more food, more gold, just a very solid game from Faye.